I think the mindset coming out of the weekend is first disappointment in the results because when you put the effort in that was demonstrated this weekend, we certainly deserve more out of the two games. And we're in the level of competitions where at the end of the day the results do matter. But the good news is that we did play well. We did do enough to get better than we deserved, and the things that we need to improve on are in our control. It's very much in the players' control, and that's something that you can do that in training. You can practice it. You can get your mind right for it. And so those are the positive things we're going to take out of it, and we're going to have to move forward. And like I've said before, when we get to this part of the season, win or lose, the next game's coming. And when you got the Friday Sunday logistics, there's no time to dwell on either side. You got to move on to the next match. Well, I mean, it feels good in the respect of, you know what, we're moving in the right direction, but the reality is that sometimes results trump all. And so, but when you do look at the last three Pac-12 games that we've played, we have created the chances. We have been in a position where we can get something out of those games, and so those are things that are positives. And but we don't want to dwell on the fact that what our team is young and they're new, because at the end of the day, I don't want us or the guys be in a position that they make excuses. I think there's some things we got to shore up, and that's what we're going to get to work on. The confidence piece of anybody who's attacking in soccer is huge, and I think every sport has its confidence factor. I mean, it's funny. As I'm watching baseball postseason, and you see some of the batters that they're hot or they're slumping, and but they're the same batter, and there's no reason why someone's doing well in the last 20 at bats versus the 20 prior. And I think that's the same thing for our guys. It's a matter of inches. It really is. It's a matter of inches for our guys. And the good news is that they're creating chances. If we're not creating chances, it's hard to finish. So we'll continue to put balls in those danger areas, and we'll get a toe on it that gets on the inside of the post versus the outside of the post. But the thing that is positive, that we are collectively taking it to our opponents, and that's something we have to do. There's not too many teams that collectively will take it to a UCLA or take it to a Washington, or ranked opponents like that. So those are things we're going to continue to do. We're just going to have to be masterful on tightening just the little things and then taking our chances. Well, you like to see your attacking players involved, and for Emery, for him to be on the end or providing opportunities for others is good. But I can tell you this: he would rather be on the goal side of the statistics, and he's created chances. In the Friday Sunday matches, he certainly created a couple of chances that he would probably bury those, and he will. Those will come. I have great confidence in him. The key is for these guys that they see the bigger picture of doing the things that they need to do. Because if they continue to do the things they need to do in the majority, we're going to be okay. But at the same time, we can't use excuses. There's certain things that we need to tighten up, and they're probably the reason why we're not getting the results go our way. And I tell you, the margin is so small. There's not a heck of a lot of difference between the game we played against Washington and the games we played this last 2 weeks, except the score. And so, we'll shore up on those 4 or 5 moments, and we'll move on, because we don't have any time to drop our heads and sulk. We got a big weekend in the Bay Area. I think they did okay. They did okay. We're going to have 3 more like that, and so it's always interesting to see how they do when you get into the middle of that grind. But the depth of the guys that haven't played much, they're probably going to find more opportunity, which is good. So they got to be ready for that and prepare for that. But they did a good job of bouncing back from a very disappointing result on Friday to really take initiative on Sunday. And this team's going to continue to take initiative. And when you continue to do that, good things will come. Sometimes it just doesn't happen as convenient as you'd like. Well, the road trip to Cal and Stanford is always tough. Every road trip in the Pac is tough. And so I think we find ourselves in similar situation with Cal and Stanford. You got 2 good teams right there that haven't had results go their way, but are certainly good enough to get those results. And so big weekend for those two guys as well as us. And so we're going to take one training session at a time, one practice at a time, and then we will focus on Cal when we focus on Cal on Friday.